G'day guys and welcome back to another video on my channel, Nintendo Down Under. Is there a new Switch on the way? Is there a Switch Pro coming to us? Well, the new Breath of the Wild game that's rumored to come out next year just might hold the key for that. Stick around because we're going to talk about all of this right now. So, Breath of the Wild 2, could the sequel really be a cross-gen launch? Tech experts think The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild 2 might be a little too good for the Nintendo Switch. In the latest episode of Digitally Foundry Weekly, tech experts spoke about this. There's an excellent breakdown of the technical aspects of the new trailer, including anti-analyzing of 1080p to 720p rendering, draw distances and more, which leads the group to doubt the sequel was actually intended for the Nintendo Switch. They believe that Breath of the Wild sequel could launch in a similar fashion to the original 2017 game. The first Breath of the Wild launched over both the Wii U and the Nintendo Switch, and they think this is what Nintendo has up their sleeves with the sequel launching on both the Switch and a more powerful version of the console. With Link falling through the clouds, the tech experts think that the Nintendo Switch is not powerful enough to handle this processing power at the moment, that not even Xbox Series X can handle either. So it's hard to imagine the 2017 console from Nintendo absolutely nailing the technique. Volumetric clouds also not breaking down when approached by Link in the sky is another indication of the sequel running on a more powerful hardware than the current Nintendo Switch can handle. It certainly is up for debate as to whether the Breath of the Wild sequel trailer really is running on the Nintendo Switch. While it's entirely possible Nintendo fine-tuned the trailer to make it look better than the final game, we should also point out that Nintendo typically doesn't pull this market stunt and shows games and trailers exactly how they run on actual hardware. It looks like those Nintendo Switch Pro rumors will keep doing the rounds for now. With the new next-gen Nintendo console rumored for 2024, not 4. /2025, a new Nintendo Switch Pro launching with Breath of the Wild 2 would make a lot of sense. We know the next Mario Kart 9 game will not be releasing on the Nintendo Switch, it will be released on the next gen console, hence why we're getting all these DLC tracks for Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. If Nintendo are delaying Breath of the Wild, this would make perfect sense. They are definitely not going to release Breath of the Wild 2 or whatever they call it on its own. It will come with some sort of special edition. It will come with some console launch. It is a massive ticket, a massive money ticket for Nintendo with this game because of the hype since 2017 and the demand for a new game, and because the trailer for this game was shown so many years ago, the hype is continuing to build. We know a Switch Pro has been rumored for many years, but again, COVID came out of nowhere and shortages of chips and hardware was a big thing. So was the Switch OLED a gap filler until they had the Switch Pro ready? And now they know Breath of the Wild will line up with a potential Switch Pro. It would be their perfect marketing tool. Of course, Nintendo has come out and said absolutely nothing about this, and yes, typically when Nintendo do trailers for games, it looks like how the game will be. We have seen lots of trailers on different gen consoles where it looks absolutely lifelike, and when you get the game, not so much. Is Nintendo using this strategy for a change and making the game look so big because of the hype for it, because of the expectations for this game? I know everybody out there is so excited, so keen, so Nintendo really have to do something different here. So to launch a Nintendo Switch Pro or Pro 2 or Nintendo Switch, whatever they want to call it, with a new Breath of the Wild game so they can upscale the thing, this might be what they need to make the game better, to reach our expectations. But is Breath of the Wild 2 just delayed because it's just not ready and there's no such thing as the Switch Pro or Nintendo Switch 2 or whatever they want to call it? We're reading too much into these trailers with the imaging. It's just a trailer, it's not actual gameplay. In the comments down below, let me know what you think, and are you just as excited as me for this Breath of the Wild 2 game? I cannot wait to sit down on my couch and just get lost and stuck into this game. Cannot wait. Thank you very much for watching, guys, and until next time, take care.